What's going on, Shady People? Shady Penguinn here, welcome you back for another live Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Today against the Shady Person Edgar, whose Twitter link is in the description. Remember, if you want a chance to be featured in one of these battles, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I request battles there. So today, we're here for our second battle with our Belly Drum Slow King RU or NU team. I think it's RU. Rarely used, yes. Rarely used team with David, Nexus, Mayhem, Boom, Glass, and Spin. I was able to get the nicknames to work for this one, and I fixed my gosh darn Slow King. It has Regenerator now. I think I also fixed my capture card. Fingers crossed that nothing happens. I really hope. I don't know, it just seemed like a loose plug or two, and I just unplugged them and put them back in, and it should be fine. So we're gonna jump into this battle right away. I would like to get another W with this team. That would be fun, especially now that we have some great changes, like nicknames and what have you. We see our opponent has Hitmonchan, Malamar, Xatu, Swellow, Magmortar, and Dusclops. So I don't see any hazard setters, just a magic bouncer, so we don't got to worry about that, which is awesome, which means Rapid Spin is completely useless. And let me if I move this down. Maybe that would be okay. Let's see what else. What could we lead with? My opponent has no electric immunity, so Mayhem is 100% coming our way. 100% coming our way. No questions asked. There's literally no reason why we wouldn't lead with Mayhem. Looking at our opponent's team, no immunities whatsoever. Two Pokemon that are weak to electric, and we should be able to just kind of wreck shop with Choice Specs Volt Switch. The only thing that outspeeds in my opponent's team would be priority in Hitmonchan. That Swellow is Scarfed, which I don't think it will be. I think it'll be Guts, or a Choice Scarfed Magmortar, which seems a little likely. But Magmortar is actually going to be the lead, so this thing could be Choice Scarfed. My opponent could have read me perfectly. He could have led with a Choice Scarf Magmortar. So because of that, I think I'm going to have to play it safe and switch out into David. Just hard switch. I can't risk the Choice Scarf coming through and destroying my life. I just cannot risk it. It's just not going to happen for me to risk it. It's not going to happen. I will not risk a Choice Scarf Magmortar. I mean, that was literally one of the only Pokemon I thought could be Scarfed, and it's the most likely to be Scarfed. Granted, it could be Specs. Specs Magmortar is really common, but I'm not risking the biscuit. We're going to see me switch out first. So if he does switch out, which I don't think he will, we'll know that we are faster. We're going to see straight up Psychic, so that's great. Wanted to go for a Psychic, which is fine by me. Did not want to probably risk the Fire Blast miss. And looking at his team, I don't think I can very well Belly Drum just yet. Who would he go out into? I guess he'd go out into his Dusclops, which would be great. I'm going to Belly Drum. Oh, no! You're not choiced at all, my friend. Wow. Okay, that's scary. I have to switch out. I just don't know into what. I guess I'm gonna go out into Mayhem. Wow, so that was a really bad turn of events. I should have slack-offed. So at least we know we got the information at somewhat of a cost. Hidden Power what? Hidden Power Ice. Predicting Flygon? I guess so. He's making some crazy predictions. So I'm gonna straight go for a Thunderbolt at this point. No, I'm gonna Volt Switch. Mayhem is too valuable. Mayhem is too valuable. Now that I know that he's not choiced, we're just gonna get some nice Choice Specs damage off. We're gonna see huge damage there. That's really nice. And we can actually go back out into my Slow King, because he's not gonna go for a Thunderbolt on a Jolteon. There's no way. And we can really take advantage. He's gonna go for Fire Blast. We can take advantage of this whole debacle. Use Regenerator to make our David nice and healthy. And I'm just gonna double out back into my Mayhem. I'm gonna predict the Thunderbolt. Granted, he may just go for another Fire Blast, predicting it, but that would be really risky on his part, considering I can go for an Aqua Tail. I'm really upset that I revealed the Belly Drum with absolutely no purpose, but we took like 2 minutes to get the information of Magmortar is not faster than Jolteon. So we got that information. I want to run with it. We're going to see another Hidden Power Ice. Really expecting that gosh darn. Oh, I can't let this thing go down. I can't let Mayhem go down. And Thunderbolt's not going to take him out. I don't think. It might, but it's not worth. I'm just gonna Volt Switch. I know this is annoying, guys. I understand that, but I have to do this. I have to do this. He's got 2 ground immunities in both Xatu and the Swellow. So we're gonna get another Volt Switch off here. Magmortar's just staying in and doing work, and that's oh, a Thunderbolt would have taken you out. Thunderbolt would have definitely taken you out. So we can go back into David here, but I think he's gonna predict David and go for a Thunderbolt. So this is gonna be the time. I'm going out into glass. Oh no! What? Oh, it's not even HP Ice. Thank goodness. Woo! I thought it was HP Ice. What is it? HP Grass? Why would you go for that? Well, I guess it's, oh, you don't want to risk Thunderbolt on the Slow King when I got you. That makes sense. Okay, so no fairy types. I could just click Outrage. U-Turn should take him out though, so I'm gonna click U-Turn. U-Turn will take the Magmortar out from that range, I really believe. Yes, okay. I was gonna be nervous there. It's a crit! Oh, I don't know. The crit might have mattered. The crit might have mattered. I mean, U-Turn's got pretty high base power, but I'm not actually a bug-type Pokemon, so it's not gonna get stabbed. We can go out into Mayhem again. No reason not to. Like I said, nothing on his team wants to take Choice Specs Volt Switches. This is the problem when you don't have something that's immune to electric on your team. There's gonna be a little mayhem on your side of the field. Just running rampant. Just shock. I don't know why Jolteon makes that sound when it runs, but apparently it does. Oh, Malanta. Okay, Mayhem's sitting here. My opponent, he goes out to take Hitmonchan. All right, so obvious Mach Punch is obvious. This is the only Pokemon that could come in. And I'm gonna go right on into David. I'm gonna go out into David because now is the time. Now is the time and the place for me to tell you to get out of my face. If he doesn't go Mach Punch, then he's a better player than I. I mean, I already think he's a better player than I was making so much switches. He just sat in there with his Magmortar and tore my team apart. Granted, the only thing he really did damage, no, he did damage the Flygon a little bit too. I was gonna say it was just the Mayhem and the Flygon, but it was just the Mayhem, but it's the Mayhem and the Flygon. So that's pretty nice. It's definitely pretty nice. Jolteon has to get the heckles out of here, and David is coming in for Jolteon. He's gonna, the plays goes out into Dusclops. Now the question is he just gonna fire off a knockoff or a Will-O-Wisp? I mean, I think I'm the king of slow, but you know what? I have to find out. I'm not gonna Google it. We are faster. That's amazing. That's fine. I don't know that an Aqua Tail will take you out. I don't know that. We see Will-O-Wisp. It connects. That's fine. I have Lumberry. So we're gonna get one really nice Aqua Tail off on this thing. Let's see how it goes. No, Shadow Sneak. That's not gonna knock me out. Will it do half? Oh my gosh, it did a tiny bit more than half. Aqua Tail's not gonna be enough. Oh, darn it, man. I think I just let David go down at this point. Because I'm thinking about it. If I go out into my Boom Burst, that's fine. But then if he goes for Will-O-Wisp and that thing's getting residual damage, that's gonna stink. David's gonna be really low, but I'm gonna Aqua Tail. I'm just gonna Aqua Tail. I'm gonna go down because I took 43, I think, last time, unless he gets a low roll. So that's Shadow Sneak coming in clutch against our gosh darn Slow King. So that's a drag. Definitely stinks. It's a bummer, but it's okay. Because we can go into the Boom Burst here. Can't Shadow Sneak me. And we have Boom Burst that we could just use over and over again. I would be a little surprised if this doesn't take him out. What dynamic punch? What? I have no words for dynamic punch on Dusclops. I mean, new meta, broken, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the strategy behind that is. I mean, dynamic punch is 50% accurate. So unless you're really, if you would have, granted, if you would have landed that, that would have been huge. I guess if you want to flip a coin, you can. If you want to, you can. But I'm currently, I remember I have the metronome item. So this is kind of cool. This was like my backup. My backup thing was to use this guy. This is a little scary though. But I think this switching out is really obvious. So I'm just gonna Boom Burst again. Because I don't think he's gonna go for, he's gonna go for a Drain Punch. Okay. I just got uppercutted by a Hitmonchan. Yep, right to the face. Absolutely, 100% gone. Oh my gosh, what was that? What was that? Thaddeus was that. Oh my goodness. Well, we still have our Jolteon, which is fine. We have an intimidating him on top. Granted, I can't really do too much. I can't even Toxic because we just have to make a double. I'm gonna double out into Nexus. He withdraws Hitmonchan, goes out into the Xatu, which is why I couldn't go for Toxic. We're gonna see. Oh, Malamar. Wow, I could have. I just really did not want to go for a close combat when there's something that resisted ×4 in the Xatu, and then a Toxic can get magic bounced. So we're gonna double out into Nexus, which is fine because this thing's ×4 weak to bug. So I'm still pretty happy with that. I can actually just go for a knockoff. It's really safe. Or Iron Head, it's everything really hard. I'm just gonna Iron Head. He's gonna stay in Superpower. My life. My small, tiny life. We're gonna Iron Head and it's not gonna do much. And now I don't think Mega Horn's gonna take him out. Wow. Choice Scarf Malamar coming through. We're gonna Mega Horn. It's ×4, but is it enough at +2 defense? It is enough at +2 defense. Yes, Malamar drops. Man, this was such a sloppy game. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Super sloppy game. Just making some bad calls is all. I mean, I'm just getting outplayed. It's really all it is. It's not like they're the worst plays in the world. So Hitmonchan's gonna come back out. I'm guessing you have Fire Punch. But we let David go down. We let Boom go down for no reason. I'm just gonna go out into Hitmontop because I can get Intimidate off. I can still save Nexus. Nexus is not worth throwing away completely. I go nicely against the Xatu. I get a knockoff off, it's fine. So we're gonna Intimidate this thing. We're gonna see Fire Punch right there, which makes perfect sense. But we have lefties, and you're not gonna burn me because you're not real. And we can proceed to go ahead. And I kind of want to fire off close combat. I can't just double switch again. I'm going to fire off close combat. I don't think he'll switch out into Xatu because he saw me double before. So I don't think that he will just switch out. He might still. It's the safe play to switch out into Xatu, I guess. I can't do anything to Xatu at all. Yep. This is going to do negative point. I'm going to give health to the Hitmonchan. Here we go. There he is. Look at how big this guy is. This is going to do nothing. Wow, that does a lot more than I thought it would. That's not even a crit. That does a lot more than I thought it would. Well, I think now it's time to let Escavalier go down because Spin is still super valuable on intimidating both of my opponent's Pokemon that are in the back. So we're going to go ahead and let Nexus go down. Soon we're just going to fire off Outrages with our Choice Scarfed Flygon because that's all we can do. We're going to see a Giga Drain. Oh my gosh, what? What? Giga Drain? I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I'm going for a knockoff here. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Is this Assault Vest? I don't know what this thing is. We didn't see lefties, right? I think it's Assault Vest. Heat Wave Xatu got me good. Well, I'm gonna go on into my Mayhem here because Mayhem is honestly just going to be fantastic. We can fire our Thunderbolts at this point. I have no reason to even Volt Switch. Choice Specs Thunderbolt. Modest Choice Specs Thunderbolt. Go for it. Can't go out into your Swellow yet. You have to sack something off right here. It's either Xatu, and I mean, Hitmonchan can take one maybe and potentially get a Mach Punch off, but I think I can live a Mach Punch. I think Mayhem can live one Mach Punch from this range. So we're gonna get a Thunderbolt off. That's great. Get a Thunderbolt off, and we can just Dunzo. Xatu goes down, so now we can start toxicking some things, although Guts Swellow is gonna want to be toxicked. It's probably gonna come out with the orb, honestly. We see Hitmonchan here. So this is kind of a big decision to make. Normally we've been switching out into my Hitmontop every time. And I think because of that, my opponent's gonna switch out into Swellow, so I'm gonna Thunderbolt. I think we've been making that switch every time that he's gonna just predict it and go out into his Swellow for type advantage. But we're just gonna click Thunderbolt because Choice Specs Thunderbolt will still do a lot to this thing if we live a Mach Punch. Maybe he doesn't even have Mach Punch. We're not gonna assume that right away, although it's pretty common. And look, he's got blue boxing gloves. Those are icy. He's got Ice Punch, that's for sure. Is he gonna predict Flygon? He would never predict Flygon. There's no reason. There's no reason whatsoever. I think that Mayhem just cleans up. Even see, even when you have sloppy play, gosh darn it, as long as you have a mayhem on your team and your opponent has no immunities, you're gonna do just fine. I told you that's what he was gonna do. I told you that's what he was gonna do. I knew it because I was making that switch every single time. I was making that switch every single time. So he wanted to try to one-up me by double switching, and unfortunately that did not pan out that time. Instead of going for the safest play, which is to intimidate the Hitmonchan, I went for the play I thought would work, and it panned out. So that's kind of nice. That kind of makes up for my sloppy plays before. That's not just on my opponent making a bad prediction, because I literally said that's what was going to happen. So I could have switched out here into Hitmonchan, 100%. That was foolish of me, because I could have lived a Mach Punch from that range. But we're gonna go into, I keep saying Hitmonchan, into my Hitmontop. I definitely could have done that and would have been smart, but I'm not very intelligent right now. We intimidated him, which is great, and we could go for a double intimidate, but there's no reason because we could just close combat Mach Punch and that should be the game. We're gonna see a Drain Punch here, and it's gonna do, it does a decent amount for being intimidated, but close combat, I'm max tech adamant. So this thing is just gonna, granted, he is faster than me, and can go ahead and fire off a Mach Punch first, and with my defense drop, it still won't take me out. So that's gonna be the game here. He's probably gonna wanna just go for a Drain Punch, hoping that I don't even have the Mach Punch, because that's like his only chance of winning, because he would recover all of my HP because I have -1 defense, but it's not gonna matter. I don't even think a Mach Punch crit would take me out from this range. Look at those blue eyes. Blue eyes, Chan Dragon. I don't even think crit Mach Punch would take me out. So his best bet is to go for a Drain Punch, hoping I don't have Mach Punch, but you could tell the way that Spin is dancing that we've got this one in the bag. We've got this one in the bag. And more importantly, gosh darn it, I don't want to jinx it, but he does go for a Mach Punch. He wants to go for that crit Mach Punch. Not going to happen. Yeah, crit would not have knocked me out. More importantly, the capture card did not falter at all during this battle, so that is really exciting. I don't have to order a new one, thank goodness, and that is going to be the end of today's battle against Edgar. Thank you so much. That was a 2-0. We've got 2 wins under our belt so far. Will we win the third one? You have to come back to the channel to find out. If you enjoyed that battle, albeit sloppy on both ends, I would say, it was still a lot of fun, and it was down to a 2-0, so I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, show some shady love down below. If you didn't, you hated it, leave a dislike and let me know why. I love you so much, but I'm gonna get the heckles out of here. Have yourselves a good day. But above all else, keep it shady.